Hello, I am Pascal Pam, your catalyst for transformation. And today we're talking about the work we do within not only transforms us, but it affects and transforms others. Let me explain. When we are going on our spiritual path or we are creating a life that we want, sometimes that requires us to change, whether it be our beliefs, our perspectives, our thought patterns, our daily habits in life. And because we're doing that, those around us, whether it's partners or our family, those that we're in close contact with, uh, feel that change, feel that transformation, and they can have a choice whether they want to embrace that or not. Because as you change and as you transform and do work within, it is in a way asking others to change as well. I don't like to use the word force, but some people will say, as you change, you force those around you to change. And there's truth in that. But I don't want to use the word force because everyone has their choices to make on their own individual paths. And someone can choose not to embrace your changes. Someone can choose not to accept this new you that they are having to interact with. And so you will find sometimes that the work you do affects others in a great way. They are like, that's great. Boy, you're just growing and you're doing well, and this is fabulous. And they also see that you're happy with those changes and that transformation. And then there are others who say, nope, I do not accept this new you, and I want you to go back to the old you. And usually what that means is the old you served a purpose. It served a purpose in that other person's life in a way that you might call enabling them to continue on whatever path they were on, doing whatever they were doing. Now, it doesn't serve any purpose to judge the other people saying, you should change or you should support me. We don't need to judge any of that. Judgment is wasted energy. It does no good. It certainly doesn't do any good when we judge ourselves, and it certainly does no good to judge others, because along with judgment can come resentment and anger and all the emotions that really bring down our vibrational level and make us feel, well, it makes us feel like we shouldn't have changed. We should have stayed the same so that we didn't rock the boat. So, in allowing yourself to change and embracing all that within that's transforming, you also have to embrace the fact that others don't want to change. And when that happens, you can lose family members, partners, spouses, friends, whatever was your tribe when you were the old you. You'll find that that's transforming as well. And you will find the right people who do support your new path, who do support the new you. So the work we do is not just for us. We have an effect on others. And while it might look like the effect is bad when somebody turns their back on you and walks away or says, I don't want you to change. That's actually, that has nothing to do with you, really. They have their path, they have their choices, and you also have your own choices on your path. And you really need to find those that support you and that embrace this new you and say, keep going, keep transforming. Because what probably wasn't realized, and I know that I found this out the hard way, is that you are actually enabling behaviors both in yourself and with others that weren't in line with who you are. Let's just say that those behaviors were not in line with who you authentically were. And that's okay too. We don't need to drag in the past and say, oh, that was so horrible. I can never change because I've got all this stuff from the past. The past is the past. And the only way the past stays alive is if you keep thinking about it and you allow others to bring up the past. And that's one way that maybe other people can prevent you from transforming or changing, is by saying, really, you're doing that? You know you've done this and this and this in the past, and you know that this isn't who you are because you've done all these other things. Those are the people who don't serve you anymore. And you can set boundaries very clearly. Because as you do the work within, you will be led intuitively to what those next steps are. You will be led intuitively to what feels good in your body. When you make choices and take steps and you're like, yes, and you feel energy and invigorated and happy, that's exactly what you should be doing, irregardless if someone else says you shouldn't, irregardless if someone else says, wait a minute, I don't feel comfortable now being with you, this new you, so please go back to the old you. That has nothing to do with what you are doing within to change because you want it. It makes you happy. And that's the most important thing, is that you are making yourself happy without also making a lot of effort to make others happy and comfortable around the new you. I've found myself so many times trying to minimize who I am or the new me so that someone doesn't feel uncomfortable, because I've had people tell me straight to my face, I do not like this, this, and this about you. And that's so shocking. And what I realize, it has nothing to do with me, but where they are on their path. And all of that is okay. What is really hard to do is to show empathy and compassion for ourselves like we do for others. We always think that those emotions are for others, but they're for us as well. It's part of self-care. It's part of self-love. This is what we do when we are transforming, and please find those that support you. Please find that new tribe. It is amazing when people look you straight in the eye and say, you can do this. This is who you are. This is who you are. Oh, that's a feeling that I will never forget, and I have received that from many people that I am so grateful to, that support me on my path. So, the work we do within not only affects us, but it affects those around us. Keep that in mind. Be allowing and accepting also that those people can say, no, I do not want to change along with the new you, or change along with the transforming that you are currently doing. They can say no, and it's okay. It's okay. It's sad if you lose family members or friends or partners and spouses, but it's all going to be okay, because the work you are doing within is so important to your purpose and meaning in life. It really, really is. So I will see you next week for more talk about transformation.